Thank you, Alyssa. And as far as another update on your weather, the radar showing another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued by the National Weather Service until 10 a.m. for the following counties: Polk and Story County. So Des Moines, Ankeny, and Ames also included in this new severe thunderstorm warning, along with a good portion of Dallas County. Of course, that's going to be Waukee and West Des Moines as this system continues to make its way further southeast of where its current location is. Let's go ahead and put this back in motion. We'll go ahead and take care of the severe thunderstorm watch, warning that we currently do have, and a severe thunderstorm watch may be issued by the National Weather Service for the remainder of the southern and the southeastern portion of the state as this very strong system develops. So let's go ahead and freeze frame it, talk about where it's currently at. Again, let's go ahead and get rid of this so we can zoom in and see just exactly where this the strongest part of the storm is. It's just now moving into Perry, so heavy rainfall, strong wind gusts are going to really start to pick up in Perry. And same story for Boone, not too far away from where that heavier rain is currently located, just to the west in the western portion of Boone County. And then going for a little bit further to the southwest over Guthrie Center. Now, it is still a severe thunderstorm warned storm to the southwest of Perry, like over Guthrie Center, a good portion of Guthrie County. However, it is not a part of the new severe thunderstorm warning because this is definitely the more intense portion of the storm that is making its way into Dallas County. And I want to point out something else. The winds are going to start to pick up a bit before the storm. You see this feature on the radar where it's pretty much a line extending from Huxley to Granger, Dallas Center, even going down to Stewart. That is going to be the gust front. So you're going to start feeling those winds a little earlier, but once you get underneath those stronger winds, underneath the shade of red that's moving into Dallas County, that is going to be where the strongest wind gusts are going to be. Underneath the rainfall, as it really intensifies, very heavy rain even can cause some localized flooding. So zooming things out, I'm going to put a tracker on this. It's moving about 45 miles per hour, and I want to make sure I get as much as I possibly can so to show you just exactly where that's going to be here shortly. So going about 45 miles per hour, and we'll see areas like Boone here in the next about 5 minutes or so, Madrid around 8 to 10 minutes, Dallas Center you're looking closer around 12 to 15 minutes. Same story for Adel. And as far as the metro, it is on its way, of course. So Des Moines, Polk County is in this severe thunderstorm warned storm, and that's going to be here next half hour to full hour or so in that range as it makes its way further to the southwest, continuing with that intensity as it passes. So we're not expecting this to die down. It is going to pretty much have a similar path as what passed over us last night, and the same type of storm too. It's a line of very strong winds, expected about 60-mile-per-hour winds, and as it goes into more favorable air, it can intensify. So we are going to continue to even watch this potentially generate storm gusts around 60 up to 70-mile-per-hour winds, like what we saw earlier this very early morning for the southeastern portion of the state. Also, one quick thing to mention as well, behind this system, we're not done with the rainfall. We're still going to be looking at more of those storms making its way behind the wake of this storm, and it's also already behind the wake of the storms that we had overnight. So we are going to be looking at a climbing flood threat as this is more of a training system, which means one system passes and then another and then another. So it's going to be adding up those rainfall totals, and since we've already seen a good amount of rainfall this week so far, we are going to look at a chance for some flooding as we proceed through the rest of this morning. Now, also on top of that, we are going to be looking at the heat that's going to be building throughout the day. We're already going to be in the 90 feel-like temperatures for the late morning hours, going into this afternoon feeling like the triple digits in that 1 to 110 range. So we are having a weather impact day. It's pretty much a double-bladed sword. We're talking about storms and the heat. We're going to continue with that for Wednesday as well. Tonight, storms do return. Wednesday night into Thursday, another round of storms expected. But after that, we are going to dial down the temperatures, a little more comfortable, still hot with heat index values in the 90s, but we have temperatures in the upper 80s for highs Thursday and Friday, and dry for the weekend ahead.